via the Fox Sports app. Oh, man, we are honored to have you here.
Say it, brother.
This is the biggest heavyweight fight since...
Dun, dun, dun. It's the biggest heavyweight fight since I can remember, put it that way. A long, long time. Bob Arum was quoted saying it's the biggest since Fraser Ali won. Other people have said since Lennox Lewis, Holyfield. Other people have said since Lewis, Mike Tyson. Either or, they're all a long time ago. This is the biggest heavyweight fight in recent history, that's for sure.
Wow, and since it's a big fight, it's a rematch, you got some changes in your game plan. You changed trainers. You say you're going to weigh 270. Years ago, I used to weigh 270. You don't look 270.
What, do I look 370?
No, you look less than that.
Cheers, mate.
But a lot of people think you won the first fight, but you have these changes. Why the changes?
You know, because I got a draw last time. It wasn't a win. And a draw to me is as good as a loss. So we're going for the W this time. I've brought in some serious knockout trainers, and we're going to look for the knockout, Kronk style.
Now, why the knockout?
Detroit, baby, what's up?
Okay, I heard you. I heard you. I think Detroit felt that. The second round prediction of a knockout in the fight that you went down a couple times, and it was a draw. Why are you making this bold prediction?
Because last time I had 3 years out the ring. I had 2 easy sparring contests, and then I fought Deontay Wilder after being active for 6 months. I couldn't have been at my best. I had to lose 147 pounds before that fight and then jump in there with one of the guys who's made 8 defences of his title. And that Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, was probably the best one I've ever seen him. And he still couldn't beat the Gypsy King on my worst night. So over a year later, he ain't got no chance. I'm going to slap him round the ring, no problem.
It's fascinating, though. I mean, Marcellus and I watched that fight together. I believe it was your birthday. And most people believe, like, if not for the knockdowns, you won the fight. So it feels like if you just stay on your feet and stick with the same game plan, you would win.
Yeah, but, you know, thinking... I thought I won the fight, but thinking just ain't good enough. You know, I'm here to win. I'm here to put on a great show. You know, I've got thousands and thousands of fans travelling overseas to see a great fight. This is being dubbed as the biggest fight in the last 20 years. So I want to put on a great show here in Las Vegas. I want to give me fans something to cheer for, and I want to go home victorious. But before that, I want to go out with all my fans in Las Vegas and get absolutely smashed.
When I hear you talk about a knockout and carrying extra weight, it sounds to me like also, I don't want it to be in the judge's hands. I want to decide this fight.
You know, me and Deontay Wilder, we both hold our own destinies right here in both hands. It's up to us to deliver. You know, the judges are going to be fair. The referee's going to be fair. I've got no complaints at all. The Las Vegas State Commission are going to do a fantastic job at being the officials for this fight, and I've got no doubts that Top Rank or the commission are going to do a fantastic job. But on the night, it's down to me and Wilder. The only 2 men that count, really.
Yeah, and look, let's be real. If you were to go into Wilder's camp and they hear that, oh, he wants to be heavier, and he wants it to end early, maybe these punches are really hurting. He needs to get out of there quick. Or what do you say to that criticism?
You know, there's no criticism. They can take what they want from me coming in heavy, me looking for a knockout. The one thing I will say, though, is every time I've always looked for a knockout, I've got one. Every time I've took a fighter into a dogfight, I've always won. I've never lost it toe-to-toe with anybody. The only time I've ever been caught is when I've been boxing. So, you know, I don't want to get caught in this one. I don't want to be getting knocked down. I want to drag him into a dogfight from round 1, and we'll see who's got the biggest cojones on the night, that's for sure.
You know, in the first fight, there was a bit of a racial element to the pre-fight coming up. And boxing has a long tradition of...
I'm not so sure about that, though. You know, I'm not so sure there was no racism in the fight. I didn't see any.
No, not racism, but like there was a racial element to the hyping the fight. They used Great White Hope versus black fighters, a traditional
Yeah, but we're all
storyline.
human beings. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, pink, or green. We share the same blood. We are humans. This fight isn't a racial war between blacks and whites. This is a fight between the two most high-performance heavyweight on the planet, going toe-to-toe. There's nothing racial about this fight. I've got nothing against Deontay Wilder as a man, and he has nothing against me as a man. But as two fighters, we really want to give it each other. And on Saturday night, we're going to see it!
I hear that answer as the fight sells itself. It doesn't need any extra. You got two great fighters who both are looking for knockouts. You don't need any extra.
No, we're both undefeated heavyweights in 12-year careers. We both turned pro in 2008. The late, great Emmanuel Stewart predicted both of us would be heavyweight champions of the world. Our paths have crossed before. We've got to draw. We've got to do it again. And I'm really looking forward to it. This is what I was built for, the big fights in Las Vegas. This is my third fight here, back-to-back in Las Vegas. Deontay Wilder fought here last time in Las Vegas. We're putting it all on the line for the fans. You know, me and Deontay, we have a lot to lose. We have all our reputation, everything we've built up over the years, all goes on the line on Saturday night. But the real winners in this are the fans across the world, because they get to see, for the first time in a long time, the two best in the divisions fighting each other, even though we're from rival promotion companies and rival TV networks. We're setting a precedent here to say, look, when the best want to fight each other, doesn't matter which TV you're with, which promoter you're with, it can happen. And hopefully this year will be the battles of, in all weights, the best versus the best. No slacking, no hiding. Whoever's the best in the division, come out and fight each other, because the heavyweights are back. We're ruling the division. We're on top. Glory days are here again.
All right. I love all that. I want to get into your emotional build-up to the fight. It's Wednesday right now. You say no hiding. But, dude, you're walking around with a hat, a hoodie, sunglasses on, 6'7", the champ. We know who you are, but there is an emotional play and build-up for the fight. Where are you right now on a Wednesday?
You know, I'm cool, calm, collected, tall, dark, and handsome, super sexy. I think we've all heard that before. You know, I'm cold as ice, honestly. I'm cool. Do you know, it's a fight to me. I've been boxing my whole life. Boxing and fighting my whole life. And before I was coming back for this, I battled the hardest demons that anyone could ever battle. Anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder. And you know what? I'm still here telling the story. I'm still here fighting, so what can defeat me? Why should I be nervous over a boxing fight?
You should be so excited, and I want to use your perspective to give us an understanding. You've been boxing your entire life.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is the biggest fight in terms of promotion and sales, but what does it feel like to you in terms of distance, or how great this is, the spectacle this week compared to fights of old?
You know, I boxed in some big fights. I went to Germany, Dusseldorf, to fight Klitschko, who was considered the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world with 26 title defences in his own country. That was pretty big. 50-odd thousand people at a massive football stadium. I boxed in some really big cards in the UK. I boxed Wilder at the Staples Centre. But, you know, this has a special feeling to it. This is the monster fight of the decade. This is the fight everybody's been waiting to see for over a year now. And you're getting both fighters in the prime. I don't think nothing can compete with this at the moment. This is the biggest fight in contact sports right now. Not just boxing, any sport, anything. This is the biggest thing that's going on right now. And I can't see anything being bigger. You know, we're the two biggest fighters on the planet, including any contact sport, and we're both getting it on, so what's not to like?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.